disgrace. But as long as I've got you by my side, I don't care what you say. The friends are telling you there's no future in love in a married man. I can't see, maybe I want to see you whenever I can. Is it wrong? Hey, I don't wanna be right. Loving you wrong, but I don't wanna be right.
Willie, welcome to the Cheron Moore Show.
Thanks for having me on the Cheron Moore Show. I love it. I was looking forward to this.
Willie, we're talking about vocals and singing and vocal coaching. Who better to ask than the master himself?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think of the singing these days? What's going on out there?
Well, first of all, I'm honored to have you think that I'm such. And I like that title, vocal coaching.
Yes, sir.
Vocal coaching. Vocal coaching. Some of the greatest, most interesting voices that most of the great voices comes from the church. People that have established themselves in the music industry, they came from the church, a lot of, especially in the black community. Greatest voices, you will see it every Sunday morning at every Baptist church. There's people singing their hearts out, and for the life of me, I can't understand how we always end up in a situation to where we have all these beautiful, great voices, and we got a a vocal instructor. We have somebody in charge. It's generally the keyboard player, the organist, somebody that maybe, and they are teaching people to sing songs. And I've been agitated by this most of my entire life. There's always somebody teaching these beautiful voices how to sing wrong. People don't seem to realize how important your air is, the air you take in, your breathing, your pronunciation, how you say the words, how long you hold the words. I just can't understand it. It's like, how do these people get in charge? And they don't want to take constructive criticism. If you go to them and says, don't you think they need to take a breath in between there? They're running out of power. They don't have any power at the end of the words because they're out of air. And you got people teaching people to sing, Jesus, keep me near the cross. There. All that long, just Jesus, keep. 3 breaths you can get right there. Jesus, keep me near the cross. All that space to breathe. But if you said, Jesus, keep me near the cross, out of breath, and you got the next lyrics is coming up right on you. You're out of breath. And you got people teaching people to sing, yes, Jesus, love me. How about, yes, take the air, yes, Jesus, more air, loves me. See how strong you are on me? opposed to, yes, Jesus loved me. That is teaching people to sing wrong. And you find that constantly in the Baptist church, where the choir is one of the main events of the day, is the choir. And you got these people passing out because they're out of air. Breathing is one of the most important things about singing. How to take in every space you get, take in the air, get the air, and learn how to preserve the air. Don't put a lot of puff on you when you saying please. Just hold in as much air as you possibly can and say please, please, instead of please, please. You're losing a lot of air right there. Just say please, stand by me, please, instead of please. Puff all that air out. Preserve your air.
Who were the singers that you looked at, that you patterned yourself after, or that you saw that you liked, that you said, that's what that's what I want to do?
Well, my parents was the influence on all of us. There was 13 kids in our family, and mom and dad, like, we had a battery radio, which you had to preserve the battery. You didn't listen to everything. You listened to the Grand Ole Opera, and you listened to the gospel music program on Sunday mornings. And that's where I heard Sam Cooke. There was something about Sam Cooke's voice that just did my whole soul, spirit, and body and mind, just did me good to hear Sam Cooke's voice on the radio. And in the blues field, there was Jimmy Reed. I loved me some Jimmy Reed. Hush, hush, honey, you're knocking me out. Yeah, Jimmy Reed and Sam Cooke. There was something about those two people that really, there was something about their approach to singing really stimulated me and made me want to be as close to that as I could be.
Can you give us a demonstration of one of singing from your diaphragm and then another one of singing from your throat? Now, which one is that?
That's my diaphragm.
Okay.
That was coming from my throat. I can't last long coming from my throat, but I can last forever coming from my diaphragm. That's the difference. Makes a huge difference. It might sound stronger from your throat, but it ain't gonna sound stronger much longer. Use your diaphragm every chance you get. You go to your throat only when it's necessary. Like you're in the middle. You just kicked off a song, and all of a sudden you get distracted. You didn't get that little. You didn't suck in that little bit of air right there, and then you start falling behind on your air, your quantity of air, and you get behind. There's just you just don't catch up. So then when that song ends, you'll be praying for it to end because you're suffering. When it ends, you're breathing like that. I don't know if you're ever in a vocal group and like there's one guy in the group, he's just barely making it. At the end of every song, he's oh man, talk some, talk man, talk some, talk some. You know, he wants you to talk to the crowd a bit so he can reestablish his air, get his air back. Try to keep your air, get the air, get it every chance you get. Don't hold those lyrics to, you're using up that space where you need to be sucking in the air.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon, the only light we'll see. Oh, I won't be afraid, Lord, I won't be afraid, just as long as you stand by me. But if the sky will go one day it just might snow and fall in the mountain, crumble, fall into the sea. Shed a tear.
Let's talk about style a little bit. What do you think of singers that are great singers, but their style is so unique that you wonder, is it gift or is it improper? I'll name a few names. Joe Cocker. Cocker, is that how you say it?
Joe Cocker.
Joe Cocker. Bob Dylan. Those styles are so unique. Is it gift? Is it wrong?
It's original. There's one thing people don't realize in entertainment business. If you can be original, you don't even have to be good. You just need to be interesting and original. When you're original, there's no competition. You're not competing with anybody. When you are original, Bob Dylan, super original. I knew Bob Dylan before he ever went on stage. He was at our band house constantly. And he was very shy. You would find him outside and you say, hey, come on in, man. He never had much to say. He was just soaking up and absorbing everything. And when he says, like a rolling stone, that's Bob Dylan. That's how Bob Dylan was every day of his life. And you mentioned somebody else. Joe Cocker.
Yeah.
That was, Joe Cocker was totally original. You know, he wasn't trying to sound like anybody. Now, when you start trying to sound a certain way, you're really setting yourself up for an uncomfortable situation. Just be natural. Then you're not like anybody else. You can't be like everybody. You can't be like you can't even look like somebody else. You got to look like who you are. You got to be like who you are. And you're comfortable with that? Some people are not comfortable with that.
Sing something, and then if you would describe the different things you did in it, between breathing and pronunciation and words and so forth. Maybe riffing and power and...
Why don't we praise, 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 praise the Lord? Why don't we praise, oh praise, praise, praise the Lord before it's too late and He won't hear our cry. Don't let it be too late, and he won't hear our cry. Well, the first thing I did right there is chose a key that is comfortable for me. I know how I gotta hit some high harder notes. I gotta set a key that enables me to reach that note that I need to hit. And the song I chose gave me plenty room to breathe, plenty room to take in air. Why don't we praise? Oh, praise. You got all that time to breathe.
Is there a difference in between what a female voice is doing and should be doing than a male voice? Is there any difference in that?
Just octaves. I love it when I hear like a voice, and under that is the higher octave, and generally a guy and a girl singing. Natalie Cole and her dad, they went in the studio, and they put her voice together with his, but he's singing on a male octave and she's singing a female octave, and I think that's just really great. I love that. I love that. And that's the only difference I can find in a female singing and male singing is octaves.
Willie, in closing, what parting words would you leave for the singers out there?
Write your own song. Write your own music. Write your own lyrics. Write songs. You might think it's not much of a song, but to somebody somewhere it's a song. A song is always a song. Write music. Write your songs. And be original. Be yourself. Don't try to sound like everybody else. Don't be trying to play drums like Cheron Moore. You know, do your own thing. Do your own thing, because it's your thing. And be honest with yourself, because that's who you sleep with every night.
Thank you so much, Willie. Thank you for being on the Cheron Moore Show.
Thanks for allowing me to be on the Cheron Moore Show.
Thank you for paving the way for the music that we love so dearly. All right. Hey! Go tell me, baby, I'm the don't